What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Q Stream Wednesday Hump Day, another midweek run. I feel it's Hump Day every day now. Because by the time this Hump Day, tomorrow is like Friday Eve, then it's the weekend, and next thing you know, you wake up Tuesday and it's Hump Day again.
Pretty much. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
When you're having heaps of fun, and you're about to have a lot of fun, Maddie. You're about to go to full clock.
I am.
Believe.
Yes. Tomorrow morning, flying out. I've done my COVID test this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much ready. I haven't packed yet, but I guess
I pack light.
I don't really need to pack a lot. That's right. Just some clothes, some board shorts to swim in.
Some clothes. Okay.
That's about it.
That's awesome.
Some earphones.
Unlike me and Pat, we've got to stay back here. We don't get a chance to go on holiday, do we, Pat?
No, never. I don't have the money. I don't have the money to go on holiday like Matty.
We haven't been working. We put all our money into crypto.
Just sell some NFTs.
All my money's locked into NFTs right now.
Sell them.
We're waiting. We're waiting for the big time. When that comes, Maddie, we'll let you know. When we say, hey, I'm going on a holiday, that means you know I've sold something. That's the telltale sign.
All of the crypto sold.
All of the crypto. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Q Street Vibes here with the Q Squad. We've got a crazy fun episode today for Hump Day. Of course, we've got our crypto head, Min Tam from Singapore, who'll be joining us a little bit later as well.
Woo!
And I think boys are going to see what's up since we last spoke to her, see her status. A lot of a lot of posts seem to not be posting any more of the candlesticks, huh, Patty? Like
Mm-hmm,
1 minute people are posting candlesticks, next minute it's like, where is it?
Well, you remember my warning to you guys about a week ago, that there's going to be a correction coming, because of the all-time high leverage positions, and hey, it's happened. So no, I don't see any
Look,
green
that's the nature
candles
of
on
crypto.
Facebook.
I think if you must understand the fact that it's going to be some days it's going to be up and some days it's going to be an all-time high, and then the next day it might dive 20%. That's just
And
the nature of the beast.
you got to be prepared for
But you
those
know,
dives.
But it's to me, it's still because for me, because I'm new to it, it's still so hard for me to get a grasp on how people can live like that, because it's such a short-term rush on those highs. You have a few good days, smile next day, and then it comes down, then it comes back up. It's like if you're already holding out for the long term, then is it such a waste of time having to feel those bits in between when you're not going to touch it until later anyways?
Yeah,
I mean, you can celebrate the small wins, I
it's-
get it, but like
you've got to be able to control your emotions and your behavior in terms of like how many times you check it, whether you allow yourself to get excited when it is at an all-time high, and then on the flip side, like when it goes back down, can you control your feelings about it going down? And if you don't have that kind of how would you say internal self-discipline, I suppose, or compass to realize that it's going to be bad for you to check it all the time, then maybe crypto is not the right investment for you, because it is going to go up and down 20% in a day or more.
Yep. I totally agree. So you got to come into it with a trading mentality. Before you even place that trade, you got to ask yourself, like, when you first got into it, Petey, you were like, "Yep, I'm a holder," right? So you're not the type of guy that's checking every day because you're holding it. Compared
it's certainly like that for me. So like
Yeah.
I don't check crypto every day, nor do I want to. I don't want to be trading it. I don't want to be buying and selling. All I want to do is buy and hold. That's it.
Well, I don't check it every day. It's actually Pat's the one that actually goes, "Yo, you check your Binance?" I'm like, "Oh shit, wait, what's up?" I look and I go, "Cool," and I'm happy for the day.
Pat just wants to talk to you, Petey.
But Pat never tells me, "Yo, Binance is going down." Never said
No.
that.
I'll never tell him on the downswings.
So let's segue into this money topic, because we have this thing here, the money trap. So more isn't always better. What are your thoughts on just the title alone?
I'd rather cry in a Ferrari than homeless.
Yeah, I had this quick brief chat with Maddie earlier. It's like when people say, "Can money buy you happiness?" And it's very, like you said, it's very subjective in terms of what people perceive happiness as, whether it's a material thing or if it's an emotion. But then what about the whole broad spectrum of happiness? Like, I think when you get older, it changes.
Yeah, I think
health at the moment is something that's very important for your happiness.
Oh, 100%. Look, if you're on your deathbed, then it doesn't matter how much money you have to make you happy. Like, it's just you're going to be preoccupied with not dying. But I've been sort of doing a bunch of reading and research on this in the last couple of years, anyway. And it seems to me that, and this is sort of supported in the research and in various like articles and philosophies, that humans have kind of like a baseline level of happiness. And no matter what happens, whether it's good or bad, you'll have like a temporary swing away from that normal level, but then eventually return back to it. So like potentially like chasing temporary things, like having money to buy things or possessions or whatever. It's only going to be a very temporary fix by definition. So, for example, if you happen to get rich, sure, like you might be happy in the short run, but then in the long run, you have a pretty good chance of returning to that baseline, whatever it is. And actually, a better thing to chase, rather than chasing like happiness, whatever that word specifically means, personal growth or higher self-awareness, or some other goal might be narcissism. No, definitely don't chase that. Might be a better measure of the value of your life or the happiness in your life.
Hmm.
Well,
Magic
what makes
Johnson
you-
seems pretty happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the reference for people not into basketball?
Magic Johnson. I mean, he contracted AIDS, and
HIV.
somehow he's quite healthy and very happy.
Healthy.
There was a lot of there was articles about the same thing. It's like how money has helped, him survive HIV.
I mean, obviously, money helps you with medical bills and things that are necessity to go with your, I guess, treatment. But
Mm-hmm.
but then you see, when you go out into the countryside and you see families out there who don't have a lot financially, who probably are less educated than a lot of other privileged families who had, their kids able to go to school and stuff, but they still live a very content life. And maybe it's because they don't know or have a desire or any sort of influence to want to travel and see the world and stuff like that. Maybe they're just happy being raised. We have a good family. This is what I do. I see on TV these other countries. It looks cool, but maybe they've never had a burning desire to go.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't really push them into their happiness of of wanting to get there or not. I mean, that's why they say once you get bitten by the travel bug, you want to go all the time. And that's probably something that you like doing. That in turn makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. It's like that question Maddie asked last time. Was it 20 million? If we had 20 million, and without being, stating all the obvious and putting some investments away, whatever the case is, we were sort of also saying what we would buy for ourselves, and most of us chose, some sort of supercar at least. So that seems to be a materialistic happiness.
I wanted to buy a Honda Super Cub.
Just buy it. Look, I just bought it. Look, I'm going to return it now. I bought it. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, more money, more problems. I don't think I've known anyone who suddenly got a surge in their salary and has spent the same or less. They've always spent more or something else. So
I've generally managed to keep my lifestyle creep to a minimum. Not sort of go too much higher on how much I spend, even if there happened to be a windfall or some other thing that increased my money. No, not really.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll buy something that's worth a little bit more, but it's pretty rare. And generally,
Depends how lucky he is, huh?
Well, look, I've done well from crypto, but I haven't splurged on that really.
Yeah.
And I really I make sure to really see if I'm really that passionate or that excited about a certain purchase for a long time before I commit to it. So yeah, it tends to be not very not like an impulse purchase, but more like something I've thought through.
Mm.
Cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, don't go away. We'll be back after this Pomodoro with our guest speaker, MT, for the crypto.
And they sound just like this. And they sound just. And they sound just. Very tight, how we supposed to keep this secret?
Welcome back to Q Street Vibes, ladies and gentlemen, here on a Wednesday hump day. You said you had a quote.
I did, yeah. So we were talking about money, and something jumped to mind that I thought was quite clever that I heard a little while ago, and it basically said, having money isn't everything, but not having money is. And the meaning behind it is you need a certain minimum, otherwise your entire existence is focused on making enough to survive at basically the cost of everything else, including your health. But once you have money, it doesn't guarantee happiness. It basically just removes that pain or that particular focus from your life, and then you're able to pursue happiness in other ways, like hobbies, for example, or a family, or travel, or whatever else.
Yep. It's a good way to look at it.
Let's see what Min Tam has to say about that. So let's bring her on. welcome to the show, MT.
Welcome back.
Come back. We might have to unmute you somehow.
Um,
There you go. Oh, there you go. How are you?
oh, you're still muted.
Still
Huh?
muted.
You're still muted. How come?
It's my microphone.
Okay.
I turned on
Okay.
my microphone. Oh my gosh. I went through many security loops just to make sure I didn't say anything. Thank you for
How are
having me again. Yeah, I'm great. I just done actually another podcast like a few hours ago. So it's good to do like a back-to-back one, like especially coming
Oh, the
back here.
energy's fresh.
Yeah, I mean, I came back with my own drinks since I saw last time you guys have your Johnny Walker drink. So yeah, I brought some of mine too.
Whoa, afternoon drinker.
Afternoon
Yeah,
drinker. So
I
what's
mean,
the
like
latest?
for Singapore, it's 5 already, so I'm already officially off my business hours.
Well, it's happy hour every hour here. So.
Party never stops.
Party never
as one of
stops.
my friends always says.
I mean, it's already 4 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yes, it is. So what's the latest on your radar? What's been happening? Latest trades? You bought any NFTs or anything? Or
Oh, yeah, I heard you guys talking about that. So I did bought some NFT. So I don't know a lot of NFT, and usually for me, whenever I buy something, I need to kind of understand it. So I actually stumbled to someone that like in heavily trading in NFT. So basically, I just I had to set up like a meetup with him, and then just like have to walk me through like the NFT, like 101. So after that, I kind of like able to pick out maybe 2 projects that I was kind of interested in. So I bought some, but I would say that would be like my long-term investment for like maybe for the next 3 to 5 years. I'm gonna look at it later. Yeah.
was it a nice NFT? Or could you even see what it was?
Can you show us?
Yes. Can I show you? I don't know if I can't, but I don't want to promote things and then people go buy it and then like
Come on, shill away,
You
MT.
should know something that
Kill
we
it.
don't.
let me
Kill
try.
it.
Okay, so luckily for these 2 projects, both I got both rare ones. So in NFT, usually they have like a 5 to 10K versions, and usually below 1,000 is good. So luckily on both projects, I got it. So one. Okay, before we get into my showing my NFT, can we you guys can ask away questions.
Well, Pat's got quite a collection. I'm waiting for his virtual gallery to be put up so we can go through and have a look.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
Oh.
a good idea.
I think I currently hold about 30 of them. So.
Oh wow, that's a lot. Do
Yeah.
you trade them or you just holding them?
I hold and trade. Some I
Hmm.
mint and flip. So with these 2 that you got, did you mint these
Yes.
on mint day? Cool.
Mhm.
Did you get on the whitelist?
Yes, correct.
Awesome.
So let me try to see. Okay.
Some money there.
Yeah, it's always good when you're going into an NFT. It's always good to try and get onto the whitelist. Just saves you from going into gas war, which means going against the public, and it also gives you early access to be able to mint your NFT at the cheapest price possible.
Okay, so I'm gonna
if you're a
show.
flipper, it's good.
So I'm gonna show my NFT.
We're ready. We're
Yeah,
so
Okay.
ready.
we're ready to
How
see.
am I gonna share?
So
Okay.
ready.
Oh, do you see
Okay.
this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first project that I bought
Ooh,
on.
oh,
This is a
yeah,
cipher.
that's from Vietnam.
Yes. So the reason
Yeah.
I bought it because I
Wow.
actually kind of know the team, so I just want to support Vietnam. So
Yeah, that's
I bought
that's
this.
Alan and Tin's NFT.
Yeah. So that's how I know the projects, and this is the rare one. So I got like so they give us like each wallet like 5 maximum per wallet. So I mint about 3, and and this is like the rarest in there. So I think it's ranked top 600. So basically, in NFT, the the value of the NFT is currently based on how rare it is. Basically, each of the components of the head, the hair, and everything has some kind of like rarity of the how much, the maximum amount of those characters. So yeah, so this is one of my this is the rarest I got on Cipher, and another one I
Nice.
got
Looks
is
rare because I've never seen it before.
yeah. And this one, the second one is Curious Addy Trading Club. So I don't know which one I have because I minted on a different wallet. But basically, Curious Addy Trading Club is a NFT project that focus on teaching real world artists on how to use NFT and leverage NFT into their life. So the community is really great, where they basically very wholesome in a way, where basically everybody is just trying to teach each other what's NFT, how do you leverage it, etc. And for them, they're planning to do very interesting projects where they build games where people can play trading or fake trading cryptos and NFTs without losing real money. So people can get experience on crypto, NFT, etc., but without dipping their toes in with actual money. So I think it's really cool on the roadmap. And the founder actually got covered on Nas Daily as one of the very crazy guy in San Francisco that doesn't own a house and live in a van instead. So very interesting story. So that's why I chose them.
That's real cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
I've thought
So
about
those
that
are my
before,
two
actually.
projects.
Living out of a van.
Yeah, temporarily at least.
I've always loved the whole RV.
No, so he actually stayed for real, not like temporary. So I think he has very
Oh, for long
same
term.
model as you. Like he doesn't want to spend a lot of money, at least especially in Silicon Valley. So van it is, and then like he just coded away in his van, built this NFT empire.
That's his
Very
happiness.
cool.
That's his
Very cool.
happiness, right?
I like it.
We got a question here from Wise Pass. How much is the NFT you bought?
So each
Too
NFT, so each NFT I bought, so I bought in Mint. So the way NFT work is, there's two layers. Number one is you buy directly from the project itself, and number two is that you can go to secondary market like OpenSea, where I was just showing you earlier. Basically, you can bid and you can buy from people who got in the first sales. So because I bought from the first sale, so each of my NFTs cost actually really cheap, about like I think to like 200 300 per NFT, or up to like 400 per NFT. That's it. Yeah, so not too expensive. Yeah, but the gas fee is actually almost the same value as well when I minted them.
Mm.
Those gas fees, those damn gas fees, huh?
Yeah.
How much are your
Yeah.
gas fees, Paddy? How much are your gas?
My gas fee is quite cheap. It's kind of free sometimes.
Wow, really? How? Are you not
drinks
on
coffee.
Ethereum?
No. I'm just joking. Some of the gas fees that I've paid, some projects I've paid to about, I think maximum around $800 on some gas, but you get it back if on a good investment. You get it back. It just really depends
brutal.
on. Yeah, it just really depends on what day you're minting, what time you're minting, and if there's any
USD,
other
yeah.
projects that's minting at the same time. So it can get pretty brutal. I mean, I've tried to mint a project where the project cost $300, but gas was $3,500. But that was during a public mint. But as soon as it hit the secondary market, within 10 minutes, the value of that NFT was already 1 ETH. So you definitely get your money back plus more if you hold on to it longer.
So the way of these two projects that I chose, they actually try different experiments on how to reduce the gas fee. So for the Addy Trading Club, basically they were postponing the minting day several times because of Ethereum gas fee. So if it's too high, they don't want you to do it, and they also instruct you on to set up how much you're willing to pay. So basically, they giving you enough time and instruction on how to get the NFT within a reasonable range, and they would actually encourage people to not pay such high fee. And for Cypher, what they did is they do a Dutch auctions kind of thing. So basically, for Dutch auction means that the price go down. So it started at 0.9 ETH, and then it goes down to 0.1. So people actually wait until the price is 0.1 ETH before they buy the NFT. So that way, the actual gas price is quite low.
Man, we need more money.
Well, but it won't buy you happiness, Petey.
So we're if we create our own NFT, because it sounds like you're supporting Friends MT. So if we create some, you're going to buy some of us,
And we'll shill our project.
Well, I only
We got some good
support
ideas.
the one. Well, I mean, I support the one that I understand what you do, and I know you as as someone I can see that as a founder, and you're willing to go with the projects, right? It's not like I'm investing as I know someone, but I'm investing in the person because of their credibility, or I've seen them in other work. I've seen how they deliver, and then I understand how they would do a similar commitment to this project. So that's how I base my judgment on. But of course, everybody has a different thing, because I think NFT is still a very sensible market where it's high risk. People just look based on like how much they like the art. But I think there's some certain criteria you can use to base on how to evaluate the projects, right? Maybe you guys can also tell me more. I think a lot, like some of you guys here are like in NFT as well. So I think some of the criteria we have is the community, the roadmap, and then one of the criteria that I personally chose is that the founder has to be public.
Docs. Yeah.
I'm public. I'm very public. I'm noting this down. Don't worry.
I mean, as long as you show your face, right? So it means that you're putting your name on the line for projects, because right now in this space, there's so many scams. There's so many founders that are, try to stay anonymous for some reason, right? Maybe it's because of Satoshis. So they try to do that. And most of those projects actually, eventually are scam or rug pull.
Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? NFTs dropping soon from this face, public, no changes, no filter. Check it soon. No, we've got
But
some
do you
good
guys
ideas.
know why NFT is like raging right now?
Because it's a new thing and people are discovering something and getting excited about it. And I think there's a lot of excitement about like where it can go and what it can be used for. In a similar vein to like many new things that hold a lot of promise. And of course, it remains to be seen how long it keeps going for and how much it goes up or down. I think it's entirely possible that NFTs are going to be a somewhat short-lived thing. On the other hand, it's also entirely possible that NFTs will become huge and will reach mainstream adoption for certain applications, not just exclusively art. So I'm actually pretty excited about like where it can potentially go. That is more sort of not necessarily art based, but more in terms of like real functionality in terms of for example like having applications within games or within other digital metaverses or the metaverse, I should probably say. But then I guess when I sort of started researching about NFTs, I immediately had thoughts about, I wonder if it can be used for solving real world problems. So for example, digitizing the titles to property or vehicles or real estate. I was talking to one of my friends she's a designer and architect here in Vietnam, and I was talking to her about the process of purchasing property here in Vietnam and how convoluted and difficult and time consuming it is, even to get very basic searches done about who actually owns this land, and that it can take potentially years. Imagine if you had an NFT which basically proved that you own this piece of property or this motorbike, for example. And you selling the motorbike to the other person doesn't require any paperwork. It just requires you sending them the NFT.
It's already there. That's already in the works. That's what DeFi for you is doing.
Yep. That's true. So
So
for
I'm real curious about other projects like that, like real
Mm.
world applications, which if you can bring NFTs to the mainstream through some like solving real world problems, I think that's going to really drive like adoption for mainstream adoption. I mean,
well, I think it's time for me to plug my business in where we do exactly that. So for NFT, let's just for the viewer. So NFT is non-fungible tokens. That basically not crypto or not just art. Basically, it means a representations of an asset on chain that cannot be replicated. So Bitcoin or Ethereum is something is called fungible token. It means there are millions. There's 21. There's 21 millions Bitcoin. There's like 100 millions of Ethereum. But for non fungible token, it means that there's only one per asset. So think about a piece of land. There's only one piece of land. So there's also equivalent one piece of paperwork prove the ownership of that land. So right now, when you need to prove your ownership in certain kind of like real world assets, you need to have your paperwork. You need to have a safe where you hold your house ownership paper is there, right? So imagine if all of those can be digitized, and you don't need to go through fighting against fraud where people try to like replicate your license, because everything can be proven on change. So this can be used for a lot of things, especially in digitizing license or legal documents that cannot really replicate. Think about license, think about contracts, think about ownership certifications, or think about in our case is trade documents. So in the logistics industry, when you want to import a products, let's say from Singapore to Vietnam, then not only you have to send a set of paperwork, hard copies, separately from your cargo to Vietnam, so that the buyers in Vietnam will bring that document, go to the port, and get the cargo out. That's the current or traditional process. So that have a lot of problem, because imagine if the express couriers or the mail got lost all the time. So if it got lost, then it takes more time for you to get your shipments out. People can make fake documents. A lot of people, like even buyer and seller, sometimes for millions or thousands, $100,000 worth of shipments. Buyers sometimes they try to scam, like they try to replicate the document, or someone's in there that knows about the deal. They will try to replicate the documents and then go to the port and take the cargo out. So with NFT or with digitized documents, you can solve that problems instantly. But the next questions that maybe some of you might ask is, why NFT, and why can't you just send a PDF document? Well, the difference between NFT and a regular PDF or Word document is that no one can change information on it. That's number one. And number two, you can transfer the ownership, right? So let's say, like PT, you want to sell me your home. You have an NFT license. And once we complete the deal, you will be able to execute the transfer from your wallet, from your entity to mine. And now I'm the legitimate owner of that home. Very simple and very fast. So those are kind of like the real world implementations and the possibility of NFT. And that's why there's so much excitement in that. On cultural side, the reason why people look into NFT, because now they think of how streaming service are doing. Before, you can get free download illegal music, or you can go to stream, or now you can go to streaming service and you can stream, and the artists get a pennies, or how much, depends on how many people stream their music. With other digital content, blogs or art or meme, they have cultural values. People love them. But the artists themselves, whenever they put those products out, it's basically free. And they cannot really monetize it until someone or they grew a big enough audience to starting support them monetary. What if when you create a content, let's say a meme, people can pay a little bit back to you whenever they use your meme, like copyright, or use your music instead of paying directly. Pay through a streaming third party like Spotify. They can pay directly to you with no middleman. So those are the implementations in culturally or internet and that's why NFTs start picking up, because all these artists, they realize that they can go directly to the community and talk to the community and build something together. So very interesting on all the possibility in NFT. So now let's get back to real world application. Who are the companies that are doing it? My company, Shuttle One, we are do exactly that. Basically, we allow companies to collateralize their trade documents as NFT, and in return, we allow them to take out loans through decentralized finance. So this is some of the products that we are working, and we have been serviced about 4,000 business across ASEAN to use these products. So there are real world implementation that has been going on, but of course it takes more time to reach mass adoption.
It's exciting. That's exciting. I wish you the best of luck with it. I think there's a huge opportunity there, and I hope that you can get these incumbent companies to change and work with you.
How do you get like, it's like that saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. How do you get them? I mean, there's obviously a clear cut win on a lot of advantages and a lot of steps and process that you don't need to do. Is there like what was someone told me that if you accidentally transferred a certain amount to someone's wallet by accident, you can't get that back, can you?
Any amount.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So there's no
if
like,
the receiver,
the
Unless the
receiver can send it
receivers,
back.
yeah.
I mean,
Unless
if the
they're nice
receiver
enough.
like kind enough to pay back, right? Remember that case for what's that exchange, BlockFi or something, where they accidentally sent out the Bitcoin to their user wallet, and they start chasing people with lawsuit for that.
Far out. I mean, it's kind of like, if someone takes a credit card and they can use it, and then until you go, oh shit, I need to block that, then they've gotten away with a certain amount. But obviously the bank pays you back because,
well, it's insured.
Yeah, it's insured. So whereas with this, it's not her.
And as long as you can prove that you didn't do it.
I mean, we have to fight a lot of things, right? Right now, there's no trust on digital, right? In Vietnam, so let's say if you do a shipments, like, again, sorry, because my background is in logistics, so I'm going to refer back to that. Let's say if you want to do some kind of like paperwork, license, etc., you always have to show up with hard copies. If you want to change your passport, you want to change something, you want to prove the ownership of something, or you want to transfer it, you always have to show the hard copies out, right? So the reason for that is because even the government, like in Vietnam or other country, there's no trust in the digital copies, because there's no way to prove that that is the authentic versions. But now there are one. So it's up to the crypto companies to kind of educate the user. How does that work? And some of the, so there's one company, it calls Cargo X. And basically they help company in logistics to transfer documents. So remember the story earlier I said about Vietnam and Singapore, and you transfer the documents over to receive the cargoes. So CargoX is doing that, but for Egypt. So now if you want to export or sell to Egypt, you don't need to transfer your hard copies anymore. You can just transfer the digital copies through CargoX, and the consignee will able to receive it. And when we help companies, when we start talking to company about this use case, a lot of the end user themselves don't understand it, because number one, they don't understand what's blockchain. Number two, they go back to questions like, what if the buyers or the customs collude and cheat on us? How do we make sure that this platform is secure, or how do we know that they are not gonna just manipulate the data and send my documents and my ownerships to the other end? And it's our work in crypto and marketing to explain to people that the platform to who facilitate the technology doesn't have the whole of your documents or of your assets. You are still the owner of those assets yourself. But it's a
And most
very
importantly, demonstrate that
Yeah.
you're still the owner of it. So you can't fake it. You can demonstrate
Yeah.
that you're still the owner.
yeah, but it's a very abstract idea to explain. Like even in crypto, there's a thing called non-custodial. Basically means that if you transactions on decentralized apps, you actually the platform themselves don't hold your private keys. They don't hold your password. They don't hold your private key. They just help you to have an interface and facilitate the transactions. A lot of people don't understand that. So just explain to them that their responsibility to hold and secure their private key is also a lot of work. So we have a lot of educational stuff that we have to go through to get to the mass adoptions.
Well, when you talked about hard copies before, it just reminded me of back in the day when I was a kid. Thank God NFT permission slips weren't back then, because when we were
Because you bullshitted your permission.
no, because
slips, didn't you?
our parents had to sign off that we were allowed to do an activity, and I used to sign it for my parents. Imagine if it was under an NFT permission slip. So wait a minute, this isn't by you. This is by your parents.
I used to always sign my parents' sick notes. My sick notes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I used to
Please
do that as
excuse
well.
please excuse Patrick from being sick yesterday because of so and so, and then sign it.
Oh yeah, and then now the teacher's gonna scan it. Like, who's this? Who's the wallet owner? Is that
Exactly.
truly Patrick's parents or not?
Will we get to that stage? You reckon? We will, right? And if
Yeah,
this
it's gonna
takes
be
off,
everything's gonna be on the
Could take a while.
blockchain.
Could take a while.
Smart contracts is gonna hold all that.
So I see. So I saw on the comment there's Wisebet asking about, can we use NFT as digital membership for Wisebet? So the answer is yes, and actually that's what's been happening with all the biggest blue chip NFT projects. So the reason why people are buying or paying $100 million or $80 million for one NFT is not about the value or the digital art themselves, but because when you buy it, you get an exclusive membership into a club that only have 5,000 or 10,000 people, and all these people that are afford to buy that memberships will be in there and mingle, and you able to create a lot of networkings. So that is also one of the reasons why a lot of people get into blockchain NFT, because they are in exclusive community like that. So yeah, definitely Wisebet should get an NFT as digital membership.
Yeah, because recently, in that sense, Jimmy Fallon just bought a Bored Ape, and now a lot of the normal people on Twitter that have like 50 followers is now being followed by Jimmy Fallon, because they're all in the same Bored Ape community. So yeah, that's the membership is definitely there. Also, it allows you to be able to purchase future NFT projects. So yeah, I don't see why WisePass can't use it as a membership, but it's just going to cost you a bit of money to do so. As far as implementation,
do it. Do it. Interesting. It's we're coming in the, I guess for us being at this age, we're coming into the very preliminary stages of it. By the time I'm 41, so by the time I get to 80, I wonder where it's going to be. I used to know
in the metaverse.
In the metaverse,
I'll be in the metaverse.
like
I'll be in the metaverse
in
with
10
young as
years,
hell.
we're gonna talk with each others, and then we see like our NFT digital profile instead of like
in 10 years we won't be doing this StreamYard call. We would all be sitting on our couch, and then we'll be doing a digital meeting in front of each other, wearing all our metaverse uniforms.
We're still. Are you gonna physically? Are you gonna be healthy? That's the question. Or are you just gonna be a potato with some tubes linked to your brain?
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna be like the Wall-E movie, like where everybody's on that moving chair.
I'm not sure if I remember if we did on our stream or not, but there was a theory or a hypothetical, I guess, scenario where if you could, like, obviously, when we die, that's it. But if they can somehow retain your conscious,
upload your
Yeah.
personality and your consciousness to the cloud, basically, then you can continue on living your life in a simulation,
Yeah.
essentially, like the Matrix.
what do you think?
I think it's going to happen. I think it's inevitable. I think it's actually. I'll even say why. I think it's inevitable because our human nature is basically to want more and more and more, and the world that we live on simply can't support that idea, and certainly not the idea of capitalism, which relies on constant growth. Whereas you can actually do that in a virtual world. If the entire thing's a simulation, then you can grow.
That's why Elon
to
Musk
infinity.
is going to Mars, because he doesn't want that to happen. He wants us to move to another planet.
Oh, well, he wants the species of humanity to be multi-planetary species. But yeah.
Interesting indeed. Awesome. Thanks for the insights, MT. We're excited,
Yeah.
and congrats on buying
Pleasure.
your first NFT. That was your first that you bought? Those were your first ones?
Yeah, my first. I'm not gonna buy more, just because my mentality in investing is not
I'm going to show
trading.
you my resume soon.
Well, because I'm not a trader, right? I was like, last time I was talking about like looking at chart. I actually don't trade that much when I invest. I usually keep it for a while, at least like 3 months, 6 months, or like even longer. So once I got my projects down, and that's it. And the reason I don't plan to buy more is I don't have the time capacity to research all these NFT projects. Right now, to buy a project, you have to go to the Discord, you have to research, you have to do a lot of reading just to understand a project before moving on to another one. You have to wait till the mint time and then like go and stay up all night just to get into that slot. It's a lot of work. Where right now my work schedule is not allowing me to dedicate it to NFT. But yeah, I'm still in crypto. Still invest in crypto, etc.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, it's a pleasure and always good to have you on the show. We're going to see more of you in the future. I guess it'd be nice to catch up. I guess every now and then to see where things are at with you in the crypto world, and get some
Yeah,
get some
for
latest
sure.
insights.
My pleasure.
Maybe the next one could be Web3 and the metaverse talk.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah, let's talk about that
yeah,
one
I
next
like
time.
that.
Okay, we'll give you
I
some
like
time
that.
to research on that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us at Q Stream Vibes, don't go away. We'll come back and share with you our latest reviews of the EV bikes. Thanks, Mintam.
And they sound just like this. And they sound just. And they sound just. Very tight, how we supposed to keep this secret?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Q Stream Vibes. Wednesday, Hump Day. We had a little chat there with Mintam, based in Singapore, and her NFTs. But don't forget, this is the real NFT. We're going to do 2 pictures of NFTs for our Movember. We're going to do day 1 and day 30.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a good one. That's the attributes. So, guys, don't forget to donate. Help raise awareness for a wonderful cause for us men, dads, brothers, sons, and mates in our lives. Raising awareness and money to help things such as prostate and testicular cancer and men's suicide and mental health. There's a QR code. Please scan that. Send as much as you can. $1 is more than enough. And there should be a link in the description as well. Give us a go, mate. Give us a go. So, Maddie, I think it's time we share our video with the viewers. So, guys, for the last, I think, beginning of the month, we had these EV bikes for about 7 to 10 days, and this is basically how it went. What's up, guys? Myself, Maddie, and Patty had the pleasure to test out these EV bikes at full setting.
Yeah, bikes were amazing.
that looks like, really cool, like old
Very
school
Vespa-y,
styling, very
isn't
like
it?
Vespa. Yep. We had like the more modern little cute thing, which is the white one. And then we also had a sporty black and red one with very, very aggressive styling.
The lights on that were nice. Like when you look at the front of it already, you already know it's a very Batman type.
I hated it. I hated it.
Out of the three, I think I like the sport version the best.
This was basically the complete opposite of it. It was just like over the top, obnoxious. How do we make this as aggressive as we possibly can?
It reminds me of, those electric powered scooters? Those the standing scooters?
Yes.
So just think of that on steroids, and then they smack a seat on it.
And then also like a little bit of Michael Bay's Transformers going on there as well.
I know Maddie didn't like it, but I liked it even though it looked like a transformer.
So this is called the blue one. This is called the Canelli S.
Yeah.
The one that Peter's referring to.
And I'll start off with the appearance. I mean, like you said, it's very European, very Vespa looking. It's a sleek look. Good boot space.
It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I agree completely. It's got beautiful styling. Really, really nice. Very decent boot space.
I think price tag on that one is
16.
16 was it?
16 million.
16 million. I think battery life on it was not bad on a full charge.
I ride a lot. To be fair, I ride a lot. Unfortunately for me, it didn't tick any of the boxes in terms of acceleration, top speed, or range. Unfortunately, the thing that I really didn't like is there was quite a large pause when you twist the throttle. There's about a second hesitation
Delay,
before
right?
it starts going.
I mean, top speed was edging 40.
There's 3 speed settings. The slowest one was pretty slow. Obviously, the fastest one is the one that I spent most of my time on. What do you think of the white one?
White and the blue one was practically the same. I would say they were 3 speed, same sort of top speed, same delay, maybe a slightly more quicker acceleration. But like you said, for me personally, I'm used to riding a petrol powered bike. I'm used to the extra power. I'm used to the speed. For someone who is just, I guess, if you're living in a small bubble, like so for example, Taodian,
yeah.
perfect to get around just here, I think.
For a lady riding the other two bikes, not a problem at all. But if they're going at around 40 kilometers an hour, maybe just zipping around through the city. Or maybe even for the likes of Taodin, like my area, just zipping around, picking up the kids maybe.
I would agree with that completely. I could definitely recommend it for like inner city commuting, basically. By the way, this one's called DK Luxury and it's 14 million dong. For me, I found the styling incredibly cute. I would smile at it every time I looked at it. I was definitely a big fan of that.
Looks wise, normal. They look like a normal motorbike.
I love the appearance of the white one. I think the white one was probably my favorite in terms of appearance. The way it drove, the acceleration, the brakes, everything was miles better. Miles better. Brakes were really, really good on this. So from my perspective, it was better in basically every single way compared to the blue one, except for styling, which I would say is about on par.
I would also say first-time riders in general. My wife Mio, she rode that, and for her it was perfect, easy. It wasn't too heavy where she would be, scared to sort of slow down the lights and have to put her feet down because it was light enough for her to balance on it, and the takeoff is slow enough. I think for someone who is just getting into riding and trying to deal with the traffic awareness around you, probably a good start. But then if you want to move into, obviously, like anyone, when you start to like the speed, you feel the need for more, you're going to need more power.
The need for speed. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. And plus also don't forget, like Mio is lighter than us. So, I'm 75 kilos. So that 20, 25, 30 kilo difference makes a huge difference on one of these things when they don't have such high acceleration or top speed.
And she's shorter.
But on top of that, also the range, because the range is affected by things like how hard you drive it, how much throttle position you give it. All of those things will be improved by a lighter rider. The last one, the super aggressive black and red one, is called a Kazuki X-Men Jeek. Oof, that's a mouthful there. Mechanically, this one was by far the best. It had a way higher top speed, so this one actually did 57 on a flat.
I think Pat reached the 60 going downhill.
Top speed was there, much better than the other two bikes.
He's probably tucking in a little bit, or maybe he wasn't wearing his hat and his shaved head, like a bit more aerodynamic thing going on there.
57 kilometers down Saigon Bridge, not too bad for an electric bike.
What about the acceleration response?
Way better. Miles better. So I actually looked up the stats on this. It's actually a 1200 watt motor as opposed to a 1000 watt motor. So that definitely does make a difference. It had decent brakes. The seating position was really weird. So Patty was talking about this earlier. Leaning forward, and then the place where you put your feet is kind of like tilted upwards.
Though the seating position was a little bit uncomfortable.
The suspension was so hard. It didn't really have much suspension.
Suspension was a little bit rock hard.
I think all of us took this over the Saigon Bridge at least once. I had no issues with how fast the acceleration was. The range was actually pretty decent on this one, and the top speed was also decent on this one. So I would totally recommend recommend it if you can get past the uncomfortable seating position, the hard suspension, and the hideous styling.
It's nice and aggressive.
Obviously, the styling is completely subjective, so
If I wanted to change anything, it would have to be the top speed. But overall, not too bad as far as quality. The build quality was nice. It looked pretty good. So for the price point, 16 million for the sporty version, I like it.
Maybe it sounds like we need a hybrid of
the mechanicals of the sporty one and the looks of the white one.
Yeah.
Yes.
That-
Whoever makes these things, make that.
That's cool. You're welcome to go out and try it. They're good fun, but if you want a little bit more power and speed, obviously it's not for everyone, but it is for the right person. There you have it. It was pretty fun, huh? That's right at the very end. Did you like
Pretty
that, Sean?
good.
Very good, you guys. I really like the reviews. It was
Hey,
good.
we'll be honest. It was, they're still good bikes, but we want the power, baby. We
Yeah,
want the power.
some better than others, but I enjoyed like the process of like going through them and sort of giving some researched opinion on it. So I think at one point we were talking about potentially trying out some of the VinFast ones.
Mhm.
So if it's possible to make that happen, I would love to give that a go.
The one that Paddy said goes up to 90, is it? 90Ks? There was a 90K one?
Yeah, there was a hardcore one.
The one that
I would
that
love
Maddie
to try
mentioned, that's insane.
Yeah. The
90K
68 million one.
$68 million,
Yeah.
which is that's pretty brutal. That's a lot of money. That's
That's
almost the same price as a brand new Honda Super Cub, which comes with that like that updated design, which is still like retro but incredibly cool. So that's the
$3 grand
competition. That's pretty tough competition.
Oh, $3,000.
$3,000 is insane.
For an electric 90K.
Well, I mean, I suppose you say that, but then people pay a lot of money for Teslas as well, right?
That's
and
true.
they're not cheap.
Yeah, but Tesla has all these features.
Well, maybe the VinFast does
Self-drive.
too. But
Does the bike self-drive?
Maybe the VinFast also has features. We'd have to test it to find out.
That's true. That's true.
Wow.
All right, Shawnee. So I guess we have a little bit of time for you. What's up? You just tuned in.
Oh.
It seems like you've worn the same clothes for the last 7 days.
Oh, I have a little button up underneath, So, but everyone's like, it's always just jacket weather. Like, just I'm always chilling and it's like comfortable. It's weird. I'm used to like shorts and like a like a light shirt on, and then like here it's like, let me put my jacket on, keep it like just like.
Well, you look good in it, bro. You look like you're ready to rob.
Yeah, I know what you did last summer.
But not much, man. Just it's Teachers Day, it's Teachers Day coming up. So actually, I was given. I don't know why they gave me flowers, but they gave me some flowers today.
Cute. When? What day is it? What day is Teachers Day?
It's Saturday, but they're celebrating it like today or through the week. So,
What's his
Yeah,
name,
that's
Sean?
not bad.
What's his name?
Duck. He come, Duck. Except it's funny. They gave me. Well, I looked at all the other teachers like flowers, and they were like really like beautiful orchids and stuff. And then one of the students comes in with this like pot, and there's like all these kind of burnt flowers on it, and like no orchid. And they're like, "Oh, here, teacher, like, Happy Teachers Day." And I was like, "I'll take it, thanks." And so it was, I got the little shit end of the
say?
flowers.
I don't know. Not yet.
Huh?
Not yet. Talk to
Not
Sean
yet.
for a minute more.
So how many days a
So,
week are you working, Sean?
Every day,
Yeah, every day.
literally.
Weekends off?
Every day. No days off.
Oh, damn.
Days off.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, you could do that with Jim.
It's I don't know why I'm doing it, but yeah, I mean I could ask for days off. So,
But it's not long hours though, right? I guess it is.
Yeah, actually, they're pretty long. want to mention some more powerful ones? Would you want to try? Ooh, more powerful EVs.
Hell yeah.
Only if it's powerful enough to get to to high farm in one charge.
Yeah, and powerful enough to make our hair like blow in the wind, right, Pat?
Yeah. Fully Sean, just flowing.
But
Yep.
no, the video was great. Really good editing, PD. I liked your feedback, Matthias. I like how you like the white one was very cute.
Makes him
Pat,
smile
good
every
job
time.
pushing it to the limit, going down the Saigon Bridge.
I tried, man. I tried.
Next time I'll be behind you with my foot pushing,
Yeah.
pushing you down.
Yeah, with with a proper bike.
But you
So
guys said
Maddie,
they were pretty fun just getting around like in a small area, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like you said,
I
Tally.
like it.
it's,
I think
it's
you'll like
zippy enough. It's zippy enough.
Yeah, the sporty one was definitely zippy enough. I had quite a lot of fun on that. Yeah.
70 kilometers.
Nice. Down for that one. So
Cool.
Maddie's got something to share.
We're gonna start wrapping up a little bit.
Wrapping what
The
up?
Holy Bible. I'm gonna talk about the Bible for a second. The Holy Bible tells us to love one another. The Kama Sutra is more specific.
I heard you said you feel low